Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, man, I just got a new crib up on the listing, okay? Hey, listen, I'm moving up in the world, man. I'm moving up in the world. Let me tell you where I'm moving up in the world, right? When I first started off, right, me, myself, I got 2 cribs for 12 grand, and I'm gonna tell you, I got 2 cribs for 12,000. So for those of you that don't know, let me speak a little English, because everybody I might be speaking to don't speak that. So I'm gonna talk to you, right? Basically what I'm saying is, when I first started off, I was blessed with the opportunity to purchase 2 homes, 2 separate homes, outright, free and clear, title deeds in hand, okay, for $12,000, okay? In the midst of me purchasing those 2 homes, they wasn't the very best homes. However, they were still homes. So I live in one, okay? I rent out the other. I take my rent money to pay my utilities. If that interests you, then continue to watch this video, because I'm going to explain to you a little bit more in depth how I was able to do that. Right here in Macon, Georgia, they have a tax deed auction, and they hold these auctions sometime twice a month, but guaranteed each and every month, okay? So I came in and I bidded on the properties. I won the bid. One bid I won was for $5,000. The second bid I won was for $7,000. That's how much I paid for the 2 properties, okay? So then when I did that for myself and I rehabbed the properties, because I am handy with my own hands, and I thank my stepfather, Darryl Stutter. I salute, because he meant the one that made me the man that I am today, okay? Now moving forward, I started learning more about wholesaling. I started learning more about real estate investing. And also in the midst of it, I got blessed with the opportunity to become a licensed 50-state loan officer. I am a credit advocate, okay? So I started off my journey in the wholesaling real estate arena myself, and then I started doing other deals, and then now I'm here presenting to you another deal. But the difference in this deal, I normally was flipping cribs or flipping homes within the $100,000 bracket, okay? But now I've been blessed in the opportunity to be in the $200,000 bracket. So the property that I'm about to show to you, I have it listed for sale for $200,000, okay? I'm really asking, to be honest, I'm asking for 210. I'm asking for 210, but I'm be willing to accept, for the right potential person, I am willing to accept 200,000 even. Okay, if you are someone that's looking to purchase a home and live in one part and rent out the other, then this home is for you. Okay, if you're a first-time home buyer and you say, hey man, look, I know I'm a first-time home buyer and I'm trying to move into a spot, but I also heard a little bit about real estate, then this opportunity is for you. Because in this property that I'm about to show to you, okay, in this property, if you want to live there and rent it out, or if you wanted to just purchase this property as an investment property where you could potentially rent out one part as well as a second part, because it is listed as a duplex, but it's not the traditional duplex. So let me walk the property with you, and I'm gonna show you the step-by-steps of how it looks. And as I go through it, I'm explaining a little bit more of how I got into this deal. So I'm gonna spend, and you see, this is the neighborhood. Let me show you a little bit about your neighborhood. Residential road, got some nice houses around here. You know, there's some other houses on the other side of those little trees. That's like their backyard, and this is your front, okay? So this is potentially how the home looks from the front. It didn't initially look like this when we took it over. It was absolutely different, but we are continuously working on it each and every day until we get the right buyer, okay? But it is listed for sale. Now, you see I come down from the little garage. When you come down these steps right here, this is your rental income. And the rent ratio in this area for this square footage, this right here alone could bring you $1,500 a month. This unit, what I'm showing you, your own little kitchen area. Like I say, this is going to be your kitchen area. You can see the cabinets and the sinks continuously being installed. Right? You got a little cabinet space over here, closet area. So as you see, we came back in. As soon as you come in your front door, right immediately right here to your left is your kitchen area. All of this is your living room space. Now, this is not the living room space, like I say once again. This is not the living room space of the main house. This is downstairs, and you have your washing machine, dryer hookup in here. Everything, little closet for your washing machine and dryer hookup for your rental income. We come back through another little hallway area. This is your full bath. It will have a full bath and another little closet back here. Okay, you got your little closet back here, so they have a full bath. Okay, coming back out. That's the same little open area. This little closet right here is like for all the heating and plumbing and things of that nature. When you spin around here, you got another closet area here where they can hang up their clothes. Nice little sitting area where they can sit and read and look outside at the nature. Then you come on in here into their 1-bedroom apartment. Okay? So you have a 1-bedroom apartment downstairs. And in this area, the rent ratio for this 1-bedroom apartment is anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500 that you can rent this 1-bedroom apartment to. Okay? So now, as I come back out, come on up the steps, and we're going to walk on around. As you see right here on the side, you have completely, absolutely different lights, and it is upgraded. So what that means is downstairs has its own lights and water, and upstairs has its own lights and water, completely separated. You come back on through, you have a full 2-car garage back here. You got your 2-car garage, you got a little landscaping, everything is already kind of concreted in for you. I'm going to walk around and show you the other side of the house before we go on in the inside. So as you see, it's not a lot of work that needs to be done on this property. As you see, you have one air conditioning unit here. And then as you see over there, you got another little air conditioning unit. So that's for the downstairs apartment, and this is for the main unit. Okay? That's some more of your little yard back here. This is a very nice neighborhood and a very nice property, y'all. Very nicely. Okay? As you see, new roof. New roof. This door here that you're looking at will be your back door. That's the back door coming outside of your kitchen area from the main house. This here, a little sun porch. So even the main property, like I say, has a nice little sun porchy area. 2 glass doors where they can sit in and chill. You have the hardwood floors down here where they did take up the carpet that was here. And now you got hardwood floors. But I came in the back door, but I'm going to start the video off as if you came in the front door, okay? So, let me open it just so you guys can see me. This is the front door. So you remember where we started. So I'm going to come back in the video as if I came in the front door here. Once you come in the front door, this will be your living room in the main home, okay? This will be the living room in the main home. This will be a dining area to your main home. You have a little bar area. Okay? You have a little bar area here. Alrighty, nice little chandelier coming on through. This will be the kitchen to the main property. As you see, cabinets is still being installed, sinks is still being installed as we speak, right? And that's why I love to say that this property is 80% rehab, but for the right buyers, we could stop the rehab, because if we continue the rehab until we're finished, so once we're finished the rehab, if no one purchased this property, we would just put tenants in it ourselves. So as you remember, we came back through the back door, but I came back through the front. So this will be your washing machine and dryer area for the main property. You can see the paneling. Okay, for the main property. Nice little chandelier area. And this little, you know, I don't know what area you would call this coming through the back. I guess another little sitting area, right? But if you came through the back, you came in this way, that's the front door. This is the hallway. You got a nice little closet area here. Coming on through the hallway, you got the first bedroom here. Master bath here. You can go through this door. That's there. Hallway again. Master bedroom, bedroom 1, and it has its own closet. Has its own closet. Bedroom 2, right? I mean, bedroom 3, I'm sorry, bedroom 3, but it has a conjoining bath. So these two rooms have a conjoining master bath here. Okay? That's the conjoining bathrooms. Okay? And then you got another closet area for bedroom 3. So as I said again, ladies and gentlemen, another little kind of closet area, but it got also the ducts running through. So I don't know what you want to do with that. If you want to close it off or leave it open, you definitely want to leave it open to have access to, if needed be, if something needed to be fixed later on. But, you know, this is how your ceiling kind of look. I don't know, I guess it's like a little design thing. But, yeah, so that's what it is. So, like I say again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a property that I just got listed today. Okay? Oh, I ain't even noticed the little fan sitting on the little outside area. But listen, let me spend my camera advantage of this opportunity that I'm sitting in this sitting area, but I'm gonna readjust my camera for a brief second so I can have a conversation with you. Okay? I wanna find me a little spot where I can put this and have a conversation with you. Just be patient with me, please. Just bear with me. Okay, I ain't got time for that. And I ain't that old that I can't bend down, even though I got all these gray hairs. So don't get it twisted. That come with a lot of wisdom, okay? Because I've been through some things in life. But anywho, listen. I'm going to drop this little piece of information for the newbies out there, okay? So this little piece of information is for anyone that has ever aspired to get into real estate, okay? I'm going to drop some jewels to show you how an investor or a wholesaler, fix and flipper, get into these deals and how they run the numbers to know if it's a deal or not, okay? The first thing you would do, let me explain this to you. Each and every person that you run into, we all use some type of software to find out our information. Even as far as when you move into skip tracing, which means you pulling up the homeowner's information, you researching them, okay? I'm finna walk you through all of this step by step. Me personally, I use Prop Wire, okay? Propwire. Prop Wire. You could Google it. That's who I use. You could create the account for absolutely free. You just register with your Gmail. Now, I'm not gonna tell you, because I ain't, like I'm gonna say for an example, a lot of people are gonna say Prop Screen. A lot of people use Prop Screen. I'm not knocking Prop Screen. If that's which way you wanna go, use them. You feel me? I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying I use Prop Wire, and I am not paying no $100 a month to get no information. I pay 10 cents. So 10 cents per information versus $100 a month, that just make most sense to me. Do what you do, right? So now let me move forward. I use Prop Wire, right? Now, when I use Prop Wire and I register with my account, if I know the address of the property, then I just put the address in the little search box. The address going to pop up. It shows you the homeowner. You pay 10 cents for them to give you the homeowner's name, their address, or their P.O. box, or whatever they're getting their business mail forwarded to. It's going to give you that. If they have an email address listed, it's going to give you that. Whatever phone numbers that they have on their property, it's going to give you that. Now, yes, true indeed, sometimes they probably going to change phone numbers in the midst of years. But 9 times out of 10, the phone number that they have listed on their deeds and stuff at that time generally be the same. So now, once you pull up the homeowner's information, what you're going to do is, it has at the top, it says comps, okay? When you click on comps, at the very top of it, it's going to show you the subject property, which is the property address that you generally search for. So that home that you're looking at, you have some type of interest in, when it shows you that, it's going to pull up the comps. What the comps mean, comparables of homes that have sold in your geographical area that match that home that you put in there. Now, what we do is we filter in, when we run the comps, we're going to put in the filter that you're looking for homes within, that means close to a half-a-mile radius. Sometimes you might research them and you might can't find a lot of homes, or sometimes even homes that have sold in that area within that half-a-mile radius, or even within the 6-month radius. The farthest you can research a property out, which means is you could go up to 1 year. So that means you researching a property that has been sold in your area. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a home that has sold in the area of the property that you're looking at, right? You're looking for that home that's been sold. The max is 1 year, preferably within 6 months. But the max is out to 1 year. Also, you're looking for homes that sold within a half-a-mile radius. The farthest out you could go is 1 mile. Now, even if you go out to 1 mile from your subject listing property, what happens is, and be very careful that you don't cross any major highways or roads. So if this property is right here and then another property is within that half a mile of that mile radius, but it's on the other side of a major highway or city road, you don't want to look at that because a lot of times it's in a different subdivision. So the comps is going to be kind of off. So moving back, you're looking for homes that sold within a year and within a mile radius, okay? Now that you found those homes and you're looking at them on PropWire that you signed up for absolutely free, right? Now you found some properties that you could compare it with, right? Now when you're looking at those properties, the very first thing you want to do is look at the square footage. So I'm going to give an example. The property that I'm standing in right now is 3,000 square feet. Okay? It is 3,000 square feet. I got to adjust because my legs was getting a little tired then, boy, I ain't going to lie. But the property that I'm standing in the middle of right now is 3,000 square feet. So if you're looking to compare the comps to this property, okay, this property, you have to find another property that still sold within a year, still sold within that mile radius, and the property has to be 500 square feet down, and it has to be 500 square feet up. I'm going to give you an example of what I mean when I say that. This property is 3,000. Okay, so if this property is 3,000 square feet, you have to compare it to a property that's within 2,500 square feet. So that's 500 square feet down. So that means if I got 3,000, the less you're going to say 3,000. Hey, this property got 2,400. That's out of 25. That's out of 500 down. Okay, then if it say, hey, this property got 2,000 square feet, you can't compare it to this property because that's 1,000 square feet difference. So you can't compare that. You have to compare a property that's within 500 square feet. Okay, that's down. Then you have to compare it to a property that's 500 square feet up. So this property is 3,000. You can't compare it to a property that's 4,000. That's too much. You only could go to 3,500. Okay? Now you got the square feet up and down. This property over here is sold for this property, because it's telling you what each property sold for. It's telling you. You ain't got to think. It's telling you. This property sold for this amount. Is this amount of square feet? Is that close to your property? And this what this property sold for after rehab value. So what that means is someone brought the property and that home needed some work done to it, and that investor did the work so they could sell it for the most amount of money that that home could be sold for in that geographical area. Okay? And you're taking that and you're comparing it to your house because your house meets all of the criterias, which is the square footage, how long it was when they sold, and how close it was when it sold. Okay? That's what they want to see. So now they can say it matches. Once it matches, you're going to take that price and you're going to find 3 homes. 3. That's the minimum of 3. When you look at my nails, yes, I rehabbed myself, so I got some paint still on my hand. That's what that is, okay? So now, listen. Once you found 3 homes that sold in that area, now you know this home sold for this, it sold for that, it sold for that. So what if you was using another server, what you would have to do is calculate if this sold for 400,000, this sold for 450, This sold for $375. Just say that was what the home sold for, right? You're going to add all three of those numbers together, and then you're going to divide it by 3. And that's going to give you what's called the AVR, after repair value. Okay? Now you got an after repair value. So I'm going to use this house for an example. This house, after repair value, based on the square footage compared to other homes in this area, could sell for $400,000. This home that I'm standing in right now, okay? Numbers, not me thinking. I'm not just coming up with numbers that bring me. No, I have a system that I do, and that's what tells me this, okay? Now, moving forward, you have the after repair value. Remember, I'm a wholesaler, I'm an investor. I'm telling you what they're going to do to tell you if they want to invest with you or not. What they want to see, that how much is the after repair value. Now that you got the after repair value, now what you're going to do is take that number, which is in this case $400,000, and then you're going to multiply, you're going to times 72 or 75%. If you invest like me, which is what investors want. So when I'm looking at getting in a deal, I have to get this house up under contract for the least amount of money so an investor could overtake the deal, come in and pay me for the house because I got the deal, and then they're going to buy the house and they're going to rehab it and do what needs to be done, and then they're going to sell it. Right? So that's what you're trying to do. That's what I do. So I'm going to give it to you. So now what I personally do is take that $400,000, that this home after repair value, and I'm going to times 75%. Okay? That's what I do. Times 75%. That's going to give you another number. Okay? Now, what you have to do after you done looked at it, you looked at the home, you know the square footage, so now you know if it's what's called a light rehab, a medium rehab, and a heavy rehab, okay? Based on this home, this is a light to medium rehab, okay? So let me give you the numbers on that, because remember, I'm giving you the game for free, right? This is what I charge for, and other YouTubers, social media people, they charge a lot of money to get people to watch their video, and they say they're going to give you the game, but then you be looking like, hold on, man, I'm missing a piece. This, not that video. This the video I'm going to give you step-by-step walkthrough that you could use and take and implement, okay? So now you know it's a light, medium, and rehab. Let me break it down for you. If it's a light rehab, just say $25 times the square foot, okay? So that means this property is 3,000 square feet. You're going to times it by $25 based on the square footage, and that's going to give you your rehab. You ain't have to call no contractors to come out, look at your property, waste their gas, waste your time to come up with how much it's going to be for rehab. Just take the square footage, multiply it by $25, and that's what's going to be for a light rehab. Simple, okay? If it's a medium rehab, you're going to take the same square footage and times it by $35 per square foot, right? Simple numbers. Now you got medium, right? If it's a heavy rehab, it could go anywhere from 50 to I done seen as much as $1 per square foot. Now, let me break that down for you in detail because I don't want you to walk away with being confused. When I say heavy rehab, if you're looking at a house and he need a whole roof, look like the electric gonna need to be updated, some plumbing gonna need to be updated, you got holes and stuff all in the walls, the floors might need to be redone, paint inside out. That's an old overall complete rehab. That's heavy rehab. A rehab like that generally runs anywhere from 50 to just say about $70 per square foot, you know, and you be the judge as to how deep you want to go or how much upscale in what you want to bring in the property could go to. Okay, but just in a safe number to give you some things, some tangible that you could take along with you. You just want to use about $55 based on the square foot for a heavy rehab. That's how much it's going to cost. So you take the $55, you times it by the 3,000 square feet or whatever square foot that your property is, and now you know that's what your rehab cost would be. Okay, so now you got your ARV, you got your rehab budget. Now that you got your ARV and you got your rehab budget, closing costs, because remember, we're investing and you've got to have closing on deals with homeowners insurance and title and all of that things, right? So that things, it costs. What I like to tell people and what I have personally learned from millions of very successful others before me, okay? If the property is $200,000 and under, just estimate all your closing costs, fees, and things at about $10,000. Okay. If the property is over $200,000, estimate all your closing at about $20,000. Okay. If you hard money loan that you got, you know, they come in, which I use a lot of the times on my deals, right? So I use a lot of hard money, and then by me being a loan officer, I do what's called a DSR loan and wrap it up in a 30-year mortgage. Okay, and I let the tenants pay it out. That's what I personally do. Not saying that that's the best in or out for you. That's just the best road for me, you know. So now moving forward, you have the ARV, you times it by 75%. Now you know any hard money investor will overcome and give you the upfront money, which is the purchase money, as well as the rehab money if you did your numbers at 75%. Now, once you did that, you have that, you deduct your rehab budget, which is minus your rehab budget from your ARV, and that gave you a number. Like I gave you the 10 to 20,000, you're going to deduct that, because those are fees that you're going to have to overtake on that deal, right? So that's going to give you a number, and you're going to minus that number. Once you minus that number, it gives you another number. That number that is giving you now, that's what's called your max offer. Okay? That's what's called your max offer. So that is the most amount of money that you can offer that seller for that property. In this case, it's actually $203,000. So that's why we're asking for 210. Okay, that's what we're asking, 210 for this property. Also, I dropped some jewels for those that want to know how I got into this deal and how we understand the numbers to get into the deal. Now, let's move a step further. So what I did was I found this person, which I know her because we've been doing a little business together for a while. But initially, I found them because I am a wholesaler and they were selling properties. So what we did, by me understanding those numbers and by me understanding how I could offer this amount of money to her. So I'm not wholesaling this personally deal. However, I'm doing a finder's fee. But in this example, I'm going to give it to you so you that's learning or want to learn how to be in wholesaling, this is how it gets done. Now you found the property, you done researched it, you know how much the ARV is, you know how much your rehab budget is, so now you know what your offer is. No, don't go in there with the highest. You know, you're going to cut a look on and say, okay, if this property is worth, you know, just say 210, right? So if this property is worth 210, you come to the seller and say, hey, I'm willing to give you 180. They say, hey, man, give me 190. Just use it for an example. So now what you say, okay, I give you 190, right? So you sign what's called a purchase and sale agreement, and you send that off to the seller, and the seller will sign it. If you need the contracts or anything, just hit me up in my DMs. I'll get that over to you for absolutely free, man, right? Because I'm trying to give you guys the game to get your feet wet and get some things moving, right? So now you get your purchase and sale agreement, which you and the seller agreed to. You send that over to them, and they're going to sign it. They also going to sign and they're going to have something on there called an escrow account. That's like a deposit that you put down to really say that you're serious and you want to make the deal move, okay? It's called an earnest money deposit. So you put $500, $100, $5,000. I see them different ways. It all depends on what you and that seller negotiate and come up to. You get me? But once y'all come up to whatever amount that they looking for down, or whatever general amount that you feel like, hey, I only got $100, but I can put the $100 down, put that on the contract. If they sign it, it's legit. You feel me? So now you get the purchase and sale agreement. You got that signed. Bam. Good luck. Kudos, right? Fantastic. You got your first property up on the contract. Now what you're going to do is take all that information you know and fish it out there to other investors that you know that's interested in properties, or, you know, put it on social media and let people know, hey, I got a deal up on the contract. Boy, I'm selling this house for this amount, right? Depending on how many people watching the video and how many people, you know, subscribe to you and whatever social media platforms you own, right? Now somebody reach out to you, hey man, I'm interested. What's the square foot? What's the you gonna know what's the AVR? You know, you're gonna know all those things. So you spin it over. Hey, you got some pictures? Yes, that's why I'm doing this video. You know, right now, literally to show my investors, hey, you know, this is how that property look, right? So now when they get the video, they can see the whole walkthrough of the video. You got some pictures or whatever the case may be. You got that in the bag. You send that to your potential investors. Once they like what they see, now they're going to say, okay, well, what you asked, remember, you got the seller on the hook, right? You got the seller on the hook for $190. So you hit, hey, I want 210. I want 210. I want 250. Whatever you know your number is. Because you always know start high because they're going to always try to negotiate. Hey, can you come down a little bit? You're going to always do that. So, hey, I want 210, right? So if you say, hey, I want 210, they say, hey, well, I give you 2 even. I'm going to take that, right? Because I got the seller on the hook for $190. If you give me 2 even, I just made $10,000. You agreed to that. Now I'm going to send you what's called an assignment contract, okay? Once I send you the assignment contract, okay? When I send you the assignment contract, you're going to sign the assignment contract. So now let me back up because remember, I'm giving game. Just say, for example, you said, hey, or the seller said, hey, $1,000 earnest money deposit, $5,000 earnest money deposit. You could literally say, okay, cool. Because remember, what you're going to do is go back to your investor and say, hey, you put it in their contract, hey, how about a $5,000 earnest money deposit, right? So they're going to say, the investor going to say, okay, cool, right? They're going to put down a $5,000 earnest money deposit. So that way you ain't came out your pocket literally with nothing. They put down the earnest money deposit, right? They put down the earnest money deposit. And I came to my car because I wanted to show you guys also what I'm saying, so that way I'm not just saying what I'm saying. I'm going to show you what I'm saying, and it's no misunderstanding. And I appreciate you if you continue watching this video, you know, and being patient with me while I get all of this out to you. Because like I say, I'm really dropping some good information that you guys could take with you and start utilizing. Okay? So now you got the seller, the buyer saying, I'm going to give you the 2 even. You just made $10,000 in that transaction. You take those 2 documents, you get them and you send them all that information. You send it straight over to a closing attorney. My closing attorney? Yes. I deal with 2 different closing attorneys. One closing attorney, I deal with when I'm wholesaling. I use Stephanie with Burgess Closing, Title and Closing out of like Jonesboro, Georgia, right? But I do wholesale deals, so I don't have to drive there because it's like an hour away. I ain't got, everything's electronically. I just send it over to her in an email and she jump on it. You know what I'm saying? That means she gonna pull them titles, making sure they some clean titles. Ain't no deed, no liens or nothing on the properties. She do what she do. Most of my deals is all cash deals. So my investors don't even have to come there. No matter where they at in the United States. They can wire that money. Once they wire that money, they do what they do with that closing, and they hit me up. Hey, check that account, boy, that thing ringing, you feel me? And hey, I love that. I got actually 2 of them I'm waiting on right now. But listen, let me show you guys some contracts so you can see what I'm saying, right? On this deal, this right here is called a real estate finder's fee agreement. So on this deal, that's what I have in contract, right? So I'm working like a real estate agent, say in an example on these properties. And if you want to partner with me with this, I'm gonna show it to you. I only charge 1%, man. For my finder's fee, I only charge 1%. Real estate agents charge 3%. So I'm gonna give it to you in real numbers. Let me spin my camera. So, okay. For my finder's fee, I charge 1%. So if this house sells, right? If this house sells and I find somebody that wants to purchase it, hopefully which is you if you're watching this video, right? Right? So if you purchase this property for $200,000, I get 1%. That's $2,000, right? I get $2,000 because I'm working both sides with the seller and the buyer. So that means that the seller gonna give me $2,000 and the buyer is gonna give me $2,000. That's how I work it, right? Now, that's for that contract, okay? Now, for the wholesalers, right? I'm gonna spend. When you wholesaling, I have my standard real estate sales contract. I run it, as you see, up under my construction company, Another Godly Construction, okay? And this is the general closing. So you see right here where it say the closing, what the closing date and price and things of that nature, right? You see this entirely. And it's not complicated. It ain't nothing but like a 2-page document. Real simple. Right? Real simple. You know, a 2-page document explaining where the property at, parcel number, very important when you're doing real estate. It's very important. This right here is one of the properties that I have up under contract at the moment. You see right there. I make $2,000 on that deal. I ain't complaining. Some people might say, man, he could have made $20,000. He could have made $100,000. You can say what you want. I'm comfortable because I ain't trying to rob nobody, man. But anywho, this is what they call the affidavit and memorandum agreement. I'm gonna explain a little bit what with this contract because you have to, once you got the purchase and sale agreement, and I'm gonna tell you how that saved me one time on a deal. I had my contract signed with my seller. I had 3 houses. Let me spin my camera around. So I had 3 homes up for sale. The seller, excuse me. The seller was going to sell me 3 homes for $30,000. Okay. And in that deal, I had a 10 grand spread. Okay. So I was just looking to like make a quick dollar and sell all 3 of the homes for $40,000. However, the seller that I had up under contract, because I never even found a buyer for that property at that time. But the seller of the property I was in contract with. So I had my purchase and sale agreement for $30,000 with them, right? And then what I did was take my affidavit of memorandum, right? I took that and I filed it with the courts. So that way they could, that my contract is like, is legal. because I filed it with the court. So that means they can't sell a property to no one else while they was in contract with me for the 30-day time period that we negotiated, right? Which was in the contract, okay? So they had ended up finding a buyer for the properties that was paying all cash, quick sale, which they needed the money. And I understood that. However, we was doing business, bro. So we in contract. So basically they wanted to break my contract so they could get the money. Okay? So we had to renegotiate the contract because you in contract and now you stepping on my toes in a sense too. So what we did was, even with the buyer, they came in the mix, right? And they came in and all three of us had a sit down to where the three properties that he was going to initially sell to him, they needed work done to him. So I came in as the subcontractor to do all of the work for the buyer. That was how he was gonna work on his side. Hey, I'm gonna give you the contract, you're gonna come do all of the rehab for me, right? Then with the seller, he had to come off the table too. So that's how I end up getting clean title, my Chevy Suburban that y'all see I use as my work truck. You see what I'm saying? Because this look right here, the affidavit of memorandum, if I would have never filed that, I would have completely lost out on that deal. Now, I know some of y'all might say, boy, that's hard, man. Damn, he ain't have to do it to him like that. They would have did it to you like that. That's all I'm going to say to that. This is business, man. This is contract. This law, right? So now, this right here is what's called the assignment of purchase and sale, right? This is the whole contract for the assignment and purchase and sale. So let me come back over here to show you guys what I mean. If you look over right here, let me cover up that. But you see right here, I have the seller is selling me this property for $8,000. We negotiated $100 earnest money deposit. Okay, so that means to start the deal, I put up $100 out of my pocket, right? I put up $100 and I sent this over to the closing attorney, and then I turned around. That's the second page, so the purchase and sale agreement, right? And then I turned around and I gave the assignment of purchase and sale of the same property. So I'm selling it right quick for $10,000. You see what I'm saying? And the buyer, as you see right there, he put down $1,000. So I automatically got my $100 back, right? And made $900. You feel what I'm saying? Because he put up the money, not me. You see what I'm saying? So now, if I'm selling it for the 10, right? I sell that for the 10. That's $2,000 that I just made right quick. You see what I'm saying? And I did it in about 24 hours because I already knew people that was interested. You know what I'm saying? I already knew he would buy it. So I ain't even sit on that property for not even 24 hours to make that $2,000. So yes, that ain't the most. That ain't less. Some people might say, man, that ain't nothing. You can say what you want to say. But guess what? I ain't went and punched nobody clock for it. So I'm absolutely fine. Now be patient with me, because I want to show you, because I started the video and I told y'all at the gate that I'm on to something. So let me get it together. And like I say, if you hit me up in my DMs, I'll get you those contracts for absolutely free. If you want to join me, and let me walk you through step by step of what we're doing and how I'm doing it, right? Walk through, run the comps with you, show you how to do it in whatever city you in, hit me up. I am accepting mentees. You know, I'm getting a little old, man. 44 years old, man. My knees getting a little bad, man. Be bending down like that. So y'all better give me some likes, man. Y'all better give me some likes and subscribe, man. Just me even breaking this down, man. But listen, let me spin my camera. You see this right here? That say my name. I ain't gonna stay too long right there. But you see what that say? That say deed. That say deed. See that? My name. Okay? You see that parcel number? See that parcel number? That's one parcel number. Let's go over here. That's another parcel number. That's one. Look now. That's one parcel number. That's two parcel numbers. That's my name now. That's my name now. Okay? My name now. See, that's official. That's official. That's court document. See that? See that? That's court. See that? That's courts. Okay? So, okay with that. If you want some deeds in hand, holler at your boy. You want to get that real estate up? That buy back the block movement? Because that's what I'm on right now. That buy back the block movement. You want to go to the auction with me? You want me to walk you through the auction? Show you how we getting these cribs out the auction for $10,000, as low as $3,000, $5,000, $30,000. You know, it just depends. Some of these properties people gonna bid on with you. So yeah, they might be behind on taxes. You know, 5-6 grand. Like I just had one a few days ago that was behind on taxes for $6 grand. And that same property at auction went up to $35,000, $36,000. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a good property too. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get into that, if you want to learn anything, get your credit together, man. You know, getting into this real estate, using other people's money, holler at your boy. I am accepting mentees. I'm going to walk you through also, if only for those who know. Because, see, you had to watch the end of the video. Look, man. I'm finna drop to you. If you watch the end of this video, you're going to know I'm going to give you a link. You got to hit me up in the DM to let me know you watched the end of the video. And I'm going to give you my ebook for absolutely free, man. I'm going to give you my ebook, the step-by-step walkthrough, the real estate art of mastery. Listen, all of it that I just explained to you, everything, plus some more. When you hit me up in the DM, you know what I'm saying, a comment in the video to let me know you seen the end. And then I'm going to drop the link in your inbox. So comment in the video, Sherm, I stayed to the end. Hey, boy, send me that ebook, boy, because, you know, you stayed to the end and you know. You feel me? Because those who done jumped off, they don't know. So stay to the end. Hit me up in the inbox. I'm going to drop that. For absolutely free. And I'm going to send you over the contracts. For absolutely free. Okay? For absolutely free. Hit me up. I got you. I got to get rolling because, like I say, I got the paint on my hand. I got another flip going on across town, but I had to make this quick video for my investors that's out there that's looking for this crib and send this over to them. But please, man, get up with me. Each one teach one. Share this video with as many people as possible. If you want to know what I'm doing, holler at me. I'm going to walk you through it. It is a fee. Yes, I'm going to be up front. It is a fee. Right now, I'm accepting mentees because I done ran through enough of the $100, $250. I'm getting my weight up now, and I be telling people straight up and down, just like everybody else that's out here, I ain't no different. The more we get our weight up, the higher our courses be costing. So right now, if you want to join me, it's going to cost you $500. Okay? I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process in your town, get you up under contract, and I guarantee we ain't talking about sending you no 100 videos to watch. This ain't that. I ain't sending you no videos. When you holler at me and we lock arms together, me and you gonna be on the computer together. We're gonna work side by side together. Not saying you physically here with me, but we're gonna be on the computer and I'm gonna show you step by step how to get a contract up under contract, how to find the homes, run the AVR, all of that information. I even get on the phone with you with a potential seller that I helped you to find, show you how we talk to them, negotiate. It's just like people like me and you. It ain't rocket science, right? So I'm going to show you how it all go and walk you to the finish line, walk you to closing for $500. That's my price right now. Know what I'm saying? But like I say, each one teach one. Peace until the next time, man.